You ever walk into a room and one person's energy feels different? You can't explain it. She just looks at you, smiles in a way that isn't ordinary. It's not the "hey, how are you" type of smile. It's slower, softer, almost like she's saying something without words. That moment right there, that's how it begins. Most men miss it. They look for the big signs, the flirty jokes, the compliments, the obvious moves. But real attraction starts in the smallest details. Today, we're going to break down the psychology of how a woman greets you when she's secretly into you, the tone, the timing, and the energy behind her words. Because once you read the subtle cues, you'll realize her hello is never just a hello. The power of presence: when a woman is drawn to you, her body language changes before her words ever do. She becomes more aware of your presence. She'll adjust her posture, play with her hair, or unconsciously mirror your movements. It's not something planned, it's instinctive. Why? Because attraction isn't something she decides, it's something her nervous system reacts to. Think about this. If she's genuinely into you, she doesn't just look at you, she connects. Her greeting carries a little pause, a fraction of a second, where her eyes hold on to yours before she speaks. That pause? That's the truth hiding between words. The tone of her voice. Science tells us something fascinating. When someone is emotionally interested in another person, their voice softens slightly. There's warmth in their tone, rhythm in their words. So when she greets you, listen carefully. Is her tone playful? Does she say your name in a way that lingers? Does her voice drop slightly? Or carry a little laugh that feels personal? That's her emotional state speaking. A woman who likes you will naturally create a tone that feels like music made just for you. You don't need to analyze it like a scientist, you just need to feel it. Because attraction isn't logical, it's emotional frequency. Eyes reveal what words hide. If a woman greets you and her eyes light up before her lips do, that's not coincidence. That's subconscious connection. When she maintains eye contact a second longer than normal, that's the signal. It's brief, it's subtle, but it's the mind's way of saying, I noticed you. I want you to notice me too. Many men look away too soon out of shyness, fear, or disbelief. But confident men hold that gaze not to dominate, but to connect. That's how chemistry begins. Two eyes, one silent conversation. The subtle physical cues. When a woman is secretly into you, her greeting often comes with micro movements, small gestures that speak louder than words. A light touch on your arm when she laughs, leaning in slightly when you speak, tilting her head while listening. These cues are her way of closing distance, not physically only, but emotionally. It's her nervous system's way of saying, I feel safe with you, and that's the foundation of attraction: safety before excitement. Once a woman feels emotionally safe, her interest naturally grows deeper. What her silence means. Here's the twist. Most people don't realize sometimes the most powerful greeting isn't loud, it's quiet. It's a shy smile, a small nod, a look that stays with you long after she walks away. That's not rejection, that's vulnerability. Some women express interest not by chasing, but by waiting to see if you'll notice. It's not a game, it's protection. Because when a woman likes you, she's also afraid you might not feel the same. So next time, don't just listen to her words, listen to the silence between them. That's where the real story lives. Real attraction isn't built on pickup lines or perfect looks, it's built on emotional energy. How you make her feel when you walk into the room matters more than what you say. If you want to recognize when a woman is secretly into you, slow down. Observe, because every hello, every glance, every subtle shift in tone, it's all part of her emotional language. Once you understand that language, you'll never be confused again about who's interested and who's not. Remember, the best connections aren't loud. They're quiet, magnetic, and honest. When she greets you differently, there's something magnetic about the way a woman greets a man she's secretly drawn to. It's not about the words, it's the energy behind them. When she says hi, it doesn't sound like everyone else's hello. It carries warmth, curiosity, and something slightly unspoken, almost like her voice smiles before she does. She might tilt her head slightly. Her body leans toward you, even if she doesn't realize it. Her hands move in a rhythm. Maybe she touches her hair, adjusts her clothes, or holds something to keep her nerves in check. These small, nearly invisible signals are what behavioral psychologists call affiliative cues. They're the body's way of saying, I'm open, I'm comfortable, I'm drawn to you. You don't have to decode them like a mystery, just notice them. Because the truth is, when a woman truly likes you, her presence speaks louder than her words ever could. Familiar energy. Have you ever noticed how some women greet you like they've known you forever even if it's the first time? That's emotional recognition. It happens when your energy feels familiar to her nervous system's interesting, trustworthy. You might remind her of something comforting, not a person, but a feeling, and that feeling creates an instant sense of connection. She'll smile wider, her tone will soften. She'll ask small but personal questions. How's your day been? Instead of what's up. Are you okay? Instead of hey. It's subtle, but it matters. When a woman is secretly into you, she listens, really listens. Because in her mind, you're not just someone passing by. You're someone worth remembering. The science of subtle attraction. Research in emotional psychology shows that attraction triggers micro-expressions that last less than a second, tiny flashes of emotion we can't fake. For example, her pupils dilate slightly when she sees you. Her lips part unconsciously when you start speaking. She mirrors your tone and rhythm within 10 seconds of the conversation. These reactions are real biological responses, not acting. Her body literally syncs with yours when she's emotionally connected or intrigued. That's why some conversations feel effortless, like music flowing in harmony. You're not forcing it, you're resonating. Don't chase the signal. Stay grounded. When you're calm, observant, and comfortable in your own energy, she feels it too. Because confidence isn't in your words, it's in your stillness. Hidden meaning. Behind her hello, every greeting hides an intention. Sometimes when she says, hey, stranger, there's playfulness, a little tease, a small test. She's watching how you respond. If you smile back with ease, you pass. If you fumble or overanalyze as she pulls back. A woman secretly into you wants to see if you can meet their energy level, if you can hold her gaze, respond naturally, and make her feel safe while still being interesting. That balances safety plus spark is what melts your walls. It's not about the words you say, but the vibe you carry. If your presence feels like pressure, reshare treats. If your presence feels like peace, she opens up. Why her greeting feels so powerful? Because it's more than a greeting. It's an emotional handshake, her heart saying, do I feel good around you? If she does, she'll glow. You'll notice it. Her posture shifts, her laughter comes easier, her eyes stay bright even after the conversation ends. That's how you know it's real. It's not flirtation for attention, it's connection without words. When a woman is secretly into you, every time she sees you, her body remembers. And that's the beauty of it. Attraction isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and deeply human. If you take one thing from this, let it be this. You don't have to chase connection. You just have to recognize it. Learn to listen beyond words. Learn to observe energy. Because when you do, you'll see that attraction isn't about games, it's about awareness. The sun had started to dip, painting the sky in shades of amber and rose. The air between them was quiet, not empty, just charged. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. She smiled, not the kind you give out of politeness, but the kind that slips out when your heart forgets to hide. And then it happened. That small pause before goodbye. That half second where her eyes softened, her breath caught, and the world around them slowed down just enough for him to feel what she never said. It wasn't a confession. It wasn't a declaration. It was recognition. In that one look, she told him everything that she noticed, the way he listened, the calm in his voice, the steadiness in his silence. He realized something profound. Sometimes love doesn't announce itself. It just arrives quietly, disguised as a greeting, a smile, a simple, hey, you. The next time she walked away, she glanced back once. And that was enough. Because when a woman is secretly into you, you'll see it not in her words, but in the way she says nothing at all. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share.